Hey everyone, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. If you're new, thanks for joining me. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not, thanks for joining me. You're beautiful. Today we're talking about shitty ass parents. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I posted an article yesterday to a link of a child who died in an apartment who was left for a year. And the police just released him. We're going to talk about that today. And we're going to talk about Digitalprincxss, who we've spoken about before. Do you guys remember the lady who went out and partying? The OnlyFans influencer who went out partying and let her kid hang out at home, toddler, and that kid was found outside. Well, she was arrested and released. Florida, what the F? What is wrong with Florida? Anyway, let's get to it. So first up, it's not really real crime today, but we're going to kind of mess it up a little bit. We're going to add this crime story, which I think is absolutely insane. Every time, I think I want to move to Florida, like shit happens. Brian Laundrie lives there. There's alligators the size of my car that are dinosaurs. People shoot people. There's guns everywhere. But they have really nice beaches, and it's a nice place to visit. But this is what I came across the old Instagram yesterday. A bunch of people sent me this article or this story, and it broke my effing heart. Because I think a lot of you guys know about my story a little bit, that I kind of grew up, not like this, obviously, but I definitely had major abandonment problems when I was young. I think at one point, my mom went on a vacation for 3 weeks without me, and I was like 12 or 13. 3 weeks, a 13-year-old left home with nothing. Anyway, a lot of this stuff really triggers me, and it is trigger warning. So if you have trauma from your past that has to do with abandonment, be careful with this video, because this is the shittiest thing that exists. And there are so many stories like this, and this isn't just a one-off. This is obviously a crazy one because of the content of it, but this is crazy. How many kids are left abandoned and hurt and abused? And CAS and CPS does what they can. But there again, for the enormity of what's happening with the kids in the world and poverty and everything else that are being hurt and damaged and destroyed, if there's 1 million of them, CPS can help one of them. And that's the problem, right? They don't have teeth. They don't have any. They're all wrapped up in red tape, and they have people who work in those positions that rotate pretty quickly through it because it's traumatizing for even the people dealing with it. And so when you come to these cases, you're just like, who failed these kids? Parents, yes. Teachers, possibly. Neighbors, what? How does this happen? Let me read the story from Washington Post. Authorities discovered the skeletal remains of a child and 3 abandoned siblings living in a Houston apartment Sunday. Police said remains that may have been one of their siblings who died a year ago. Yep. A year ago. Harris County deputies responded Sunday afternoon to a call by a 15-year-old who said that his 9-year-old brother had been dead for a year and that his body was in the room next to his, according to the Harris County Sheriff. I have a 15-year-old. I mean, that is so heartbreaking that the older brother had to call the police and tell the police that my brother's been dead a year and he's been in the room next to ours. When the police arrived to the apartment complex in western Houston, they found 3 minors, aged 15, 10, and 7, abandoned in an apartment and living for a long time in deplorable conditions. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said during a news conference Sunday evening they also found remains that could be minors and that appeared to have been abandoned there for an extended period of time. Yeah, a year, like the kid said. And I emphasized extended. Police did not identify the children, obviously, they're not going to. The teenager told the deputies that his parents hadn't been living in the apartment with him and his 2 younger brothers for several months. The youngest boys appeared to be malnourished and showed signs of physical injury, police said. They were taken to a hospital to be assessed and treated. That's so heartbreaking. They were in there while the body was deteriorating, said Gonzalez, who was visibly disturbed. In his career, he said, I've never seen a scenario like this with such horrific circumstances. Other members of the sheriff's office were also very troubled by this, he said. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, that goes without saying. It is heartbreaking, Gonzalez said. Gonzalez added that the siblings apparently were fending for each other and that the 15-year-old was taking care of the younger children. The mother of the children, as well as her boyfriend, were located Sunday night, Gonzalez tweeted. They were being interviewed by homicide investigators on Monday, and they had been released and not charged. You heard that correctly. Yep, you heard it. 3 minors were with CPS on Monday, and the agency was seeking emergency custody of the children. Hopefully get them. You know what? I hope that some people step up and give these kids a life that they never dreamed they could ever have. Please, if you're out there and the story is breaking your heart and you consider fostering and adopting, not crazy pieces, please. Or whatever the other one is. Pieces of shit, pieces of crazy garbage. Not those people, but regular people, please. To ensure the safety of the children, the Department of Family and Child Protective Services is seeking emergency custody of 3 boys. Melissa Lanford, spokesperson for this that oversees the CPS, in a statement said to the Post, CPS does have a history with the family. Do you hear that? Do you hear that part? But there were no active CPS investigations at the time the children were discovered. Well, that makes it better. Okay, so there's none at the time, so all good. So yes, there was CPS involvement. But CPS, as soon as they walk out of a place, doesn't that just go to show that the CPS, they don't fucking do anything? And I'm a product of like having CPS in my life, okay? And I've adopted kids, and CPS has done some good stuff here, right? But at the same time, there are so many kids that have been left to the wayside because of CPS either filing that away, or here's the craziest part about a lot of child protective services all over the world, I'm pretty sure. Okay? You can have your kids taken away, and then you can have another kid, and it's like the fresh start. They're like, well, it's a new kid, new case. Kids are not kids, okay? They're not humans as far as CPS is concerned. They're case files. They are just come across a desk case file, boom, put it, and file it. Right? They do what they got to do. If it's crazy, really bad, then they'll take the kids out and they'll figure it out. But otherwise, it's got to be really, really bad. And I'm pissed that every time we talk about this type of stuff, CPS seems to be at the center of it and saying, well, there's no investigation. So, oh, that's all good. That makes me angry. When children are found in a situation of neglect, the state typically seeks emergency removal to ensure that they're promptly removed into a safer situation. I want to see the past files of this CPS thing. I want to know what they saw, what they went in and saw, because this has been a year that there's a child dead in an apartment. And there's just no records of any of this stuff. What do the neighbors think? Can you not smell that? The Harris County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond Monday to a request for further details about the case, including the circumstances of the alleged neglect. The apartment where the children were found had no power for at least a couple of weeks. Harris County Deputy Thomas Gilliard told the Houston Chronicle, and neighbors had been bringing the children food and charging their cell phone. Why are the neighbors bringing in the food but not calling the police? Like, I get that you're helping your neighbor, but what the F? Why would you be bringing kids food and not calling CPS? What is going on? If I had to bring kids food, specifically like young children, you damn well believe I'm going to be calling the police and CPS. What the hell? For months. On Sunday afternoon, neighbors at the apartment complex about 20 miles west of downtown Houston watched as detectives carried out their investigation. Diane Davis, who has lived in the complex for 2 years, told the Chronicle that the building manager regularly performs inspections on all apartments, with the most recent happening last week. There's a dead kid in an apartment and this guy is doing his rounds and doesn't see that? What is going on? How come they didn't detect this? Davis told the newspaper. How could they not have been found? Thank you. In September, there were 44 reports of child abuse and neglect by abandonment in Texas, 12 of them in Houston, according to the Department of Family and Protective Services. I don't think that means just this family. I don't think that's what that means. Guys, I don't know how you feel about this type of stuff, but I feel like why is the government not doing way bigger things when it comes to CPS? Here's the problem with the US and Canada, okay? But the US mostly. Okay, your government is literally going to track any transfer or banking transaction up to $600 and above. Okay, that means that every single person in your country, basically, who has a job, is going to be tracked by the IRS. They're putting 87,000 new or whatever IRS agents in. They're coming after your tax dollars. You know what? They don't want people cheating on their taxes. It is what it is. But why don't you put $1 billion or $1 trillion into protecting the most vulnerable of your society instead? Let's stop talking about defund the police. Let's stop talking about, we need to get more tax dollars. Why don't you take your tax dollars, this $3.5 trillion, Democrats, okay, and put it towards CPS once and for all. Make it like militarized almost, okay? Make it really good. Pay CPS agents like you pay f***ing athletes. Okay, pay these people way more than you're paying them now. Make the job something that people want to do. Okay? Give them the teeth that they need to be able to help the kids they want. If that means you have to build 1 million foster homes all over the country, do it. That means you have to build facilities that are made for children with schools and like sports and good teachers and mentors and everything else. Put the funding where it matters. This is coming from a kid who was abandoned a lot when he was a child, okay? That shit is so traumatizing, okay? It is so utterly traumatizing for when you get older to be abandoned by the people you trust that are supposed to take care of you the most, okay? That is why I'm so upset with family vloggers. I'm not saying they're abandoning their kids, but they're sort of abandoning their kids. Does that make sense? Like, they're sort of like, they're the number ones in their lives. The kids come second because they're content. I know that I know it'd be like, oh, of course they love their kids. But on some level, they're abandoning their privacy to the world, okay? That's maybe why I'm so upset about what family vloggers do, because I sort of attach it to my abandonment issues, okay? But when it comes to this kind of stuff, why the hell is the government not giving CPS more teeth? There's kids that have died while under CPS investigation. There's a kid out in California. We're going to talk about that. CPS is not to blame. The government is to blame for not funding CPS properly. Give CPS all the money, okay? Whatever it takes, privatize it then. I don't know. Just imagine the right people in these roles getting paid what they're supposed to get paid, getting the right therapies that they need as well, but having the teeth to do what they need to do when they see something is off. A lot of people are like, well, the government here too wants to make sure that, even till the end of time, to the point that we adopted things, they're still like, you have to let them see their mom 4 times a year and blah, blah, blah. And that's cool with me because that's my sister and all that stuff. But some people I've been talking about who are adopted parents, just like, I don't want them to see their parents. Those parents hurt those kids. But the judge is like, well, it's the mom, the bond, off. Okay. If the kids, for whatever reason, have ever been taken away from their parents, that's it as far as I'm concerned. And if you don't know what that's like, okay, if you have not adopted or fostered, and I hate to say it, but you don't really get a say. I mean, you do, but not really. Because if you even talk to people who foster kids, they get so upset sometimes they have to bring those kids back to those parents that hurt them, okay? And you have to. It's against the law not to, right? So you are breaking the law if you don't bring those kids back once a week or whatever the case may be, where they get to visit with their parents. That parent that could have done crazy things, put out cigarettes on those kids, okay? Give those kids drugs, hurt them, beat them, slap them, punch them, abandon them, and you have to bring those kids back. Give these people more teeth. You need to reform the entire system when it comes to CPS and adoption fostering. There are so many parents who have been given their children back who absolutely didn't deserve to get their kids back and should not have had them back. And some of those kids have died. Okay, I know it's across the board. But if you're going to take a kid away and then just expect that parent on their own to just go fix themselves, it's not going to happen. Okay, so maybe the other side of the funding is that take those parents and put them in places where they're going to get better, where they're forced to, or they can't get their kid back. The issue is when you get a kid taken away, that it's just based on the honor system here, right? They're like, well, we're going to come check up on you a couple weeks, make sure you're sober, and they can do drug tests and stuff. That's fine. That's pretty, that's the one thing that has a little bit of teeth, that they can do drug tests. But for the most part, if a mom has done something that has nothing to do with drugs and alcohol, okay, all they're doing is taking it by honor. Like, okay, we're going to come back, make sure you did the thing we asked you to do. And none of them can do it. Okay, none of them do it. It is the most heartbreaking thing that kids are the ones at the center of this, and people like judges and all the people are still making the parents the priority. Stop it. Stop it. That's my rant. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next friggin' gong show. Digitalprincxss. We talked about her a little while ago. She's an OnlyFans actor who is nasty. She's nasty. Like, you can smell what she looks like type of person, okay? If you remember the story, the cops were called because her toddler was walking around their complex. I think it was 2. And she gets back after like an hour or 2 hours or something like that. Cops are like, where were you? They arrest her. She's like, I was doing laundry. And she had like laundry detergent. And he's like, well, you don't look like you're doing laundry because you look like a hooker, basically is what he told her. And so she was out partying and left her kid at home sleeping in the bed because she didn't want to pay for a babysitter. Again, this is the type of person that should have her kid taken away. And they gave her kid back. And they released her. And this is what she releases. This is what she came out with after she got released from prison, okay? This is one of the most disgusting moms on the planet, okay? An OnlyFans actor who hates her kid. It's just a burden for her. You know what, Digital Princess? Then adopt that kid out. Give that kid to a loving family who deserves it. You don't deserve to be a mom. You're disgusting. You're nasty, disgusting piece of trash. Okay? Change the audio, because you got to hear it, because the song is like, you're mad, big mad, and she gets out of this Ferrari or whatever it is. Listen, it's so stupid. I'll pause that. My case has been dismissed. Thank you to everybody who dragged my name. Really? You dragged your own name, bish. I have not made any alternative accounts. I'll be releasing my full statement on October 22nd. Oh, and she did. And you know where she released it? On her OnlyFans. I kid you not. I kid you not. You're mad, I'm back. Big mad, he's mad, she's mad, big fat, ha ha. Don't care, stay mad. Whoever filmed that for her, you. This is a mom, okay, who abandoned her kid, who could have been killed or kidnapped or whatever, walking around a complex, and they let her out of jail. Why? Why did she get let out of jail? What is going on with the police everywhere not being able to actually do anything about people who break the fucking law? What is going on? It's like they have the evidence they need. Put her in jail. And she got her kid back. That's the issue. Okay, let's read the article. Sorry, I'm pissed. I'm so angry today, guys. Sorry. When it comes to kids, it makes me upset. Okay, and it should make you upset. According to SK something, Digital Princess statement, TikToker slammed for trying to make money on child neglect. This is the issue that's getting people upset. Not that she abandoned her kid, but she's making money on the OnlyFans for the statement. She's like, you want to hear my statement about what happened? Go to my OnlyFans and pay me. She needs to be booted off OnlyFans and she got her account back. That's another thing that's making me angry. TikToker Digital Asshole is receiving backlash online following her social media comeback. The adult content creator was arrested due to child neglect. As she attempts to return to a regular posting schedule, she's being criticized for uploading her statement on OnlyFans. You think? Dumbass. Followers of the Pokemon fanatic will have to pay $4.99 to view said statement. No, it's leaked, thank God. Digital Princess, whose real name is Marissa Cloutier, also known as Complete Asshole, was released on the same day she was arrested. Netizens were unsurprisingly furious with the Nick TikToker for leaving a young child home alone while she went to visit her friends. Is that what you call Johns now? Interact reacts to Digital Princess introducing a paywall to view her statement. Followers were disappointed to see Cloutier upload her statement to OnlyFans. Many found it disturbing that they had to pay her to view her statement regarding her child neglect case. Digital Princess making a monetary profit through a case of this magnitude did not sit well. She currently holds over 2.3 million followers on TikTok and has amassed over 97 million likes on the video. Who looks at this woman on TikTok? Are you hate watching? Is it all hate watches? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Because she's nasty. She's straight up nasty. Okay, she probably smells like, and I said this on our podcast with Chelsea. Like, you know, as people get on a bus, they put out their cigarette and then they put the cigarette in their pocket. That's what she smells like, and garbage juice. That's what she smells like. Okay. Here's a couple tweets. The true definition of trashy is using your OnlyFans to monetize abusing your son. Yep. Katie Bella writes, not Digital Princess putting her statement on OnlyFans. People have to pay to see. Clown emoji. I love the clown emoji. Must have used all her money on that new car and lawyers instead of her child. It's not her car. She can't afford that car. I know you guys think she's wealthy and she might have a little bit of money, but you think she makes good choices with her money? No, she does not make good choices with her money. But Cherry Bomb writes, if you still support Digital Princess, I'm 100% judging you. Why did you support her to begin with? What was the point of supporting her ever? I didn't realize so many of my friends were okay with neglect and leaving an autistic toddler, it's autistic too, at home to be found during the night crying in the street looking for his mom while she's at a friend's house. People need to stop saying the friend's house. She's not at a friend's house. She was at a John's house, okay? These people, OnlyFans, and there's tweets, I'm not even going to read them on here because it's like so nasty and disgusting. So nasty and disgusting. And again, sex work is real work. Okay, fine. Just don't do it this way. How about that? You wonder why sex work has a stigma? Well, here you go. Example number one. And if you think this is the only example of that, you're absolutely wrong. Okay, you're wrong. So I'm gonna go to someone released her thing on Twitter here. Let's have a look.
I know you guys have been waiting for me to speak and give my statement, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you.
I do want
She says hella a lot, I guarantee it.
to mention that I am not releasing my full statement on this account due to the fact that I know that many people subscribing are just here to screen record it and leak the video. So I'll be the one releasing my full statement on my own public accounts.
Meth. Not even once. Make good choices. You know the people who are discussing when they walk by homeless people when the kid like stay in school or you'd be like that guy. That's disgusting. But for her, I would walk my daughter by her and say, "You see that? That's why you stay in school." I'm okay with that one.
I've learned a lot while being on social media. And one of the things I've learned is that people online feel like they are entitled to know everything about my life because of...
Oh, here comes the excuses. 101 family vlogger and influencers. You think you're entitled to see me? You put your shit on the internet, lady. You're the one who does it. So people, yes, they do feel entitled because they pay you on OnlyFans.
Have a platform, and they think that they can demand answers from me about my life that has nothing to do with them. People online want to act like they know everything about my life.
First of all, why are you in the bathroom? Why are you in the bathroom, dumbass?
But in reality, you only get to see 15 to 60 second clips of my life.
Okay, and those 15 to 60 seconds of clips of your life are shit, so the rest of your life is probably worse. Why do they say this? They're like, well, I only show you 15 to 60 seconds, or you only see a 15-minute video, or a 20-minute video of a family, or a 30, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's shit. So what are you telling me? When the camera's on, you are a different person, which means that the camera's off, you're even worse. So thanks, but you just made it worse?
And everybody thinks that I don't take my life serious, but I take my life more serious than you.
Can you just say seriously, please? Say the word seriously. I take my life seriously.
Ever know. And the internet is the one that doesn't take my life serious because they were the ones who monetized and joked about my whole entire life. And you'll never know the emotions I've been going through these past 2 months.
Your emotions? Is she serious? What a right? You're like, ugh. You don't even want to like look at her. She's like, you don't know my emotions. You abandoned your autistic toddler. How did you make this about yourself? That's impressive.
Once because I legally was not able to speak or defend myself, and I'm also not obligated to sit here and broadcast my whole life
and yet here you are, you stupid idiot.
Emotions just for your entertainment. I knew when coming back.
You think people go to your OnlyFans to like, get quality, wholesome content about you? No, they're going to see your meth ass. That's what they're going to see. They're hate watch. People who subscribe to Digitalprincxss or anybody, anybody who subscribes to Digital, why? Please explain it to me. Like, why?
Back online that no matter what I would have said or done, it wouldn't have been good enough for
maybe it's, no, I'm not gonna say it.
For anybody. So why was I gonna sit here and try and prove myself?
You don't have to prove yourself. What you need to do is disappear. Go get therapy, go get help, and support your child by getting a real job, okay? And stop being a disgusting piece of shit. That's what we're asking you to do. It's not that she turned this all about herself. Are you missing the fact that people are upset that you abandoned your child, or are you just pissed that people have made fun of you online because you play Pokemon and shit and have an OnlyFans? What? She's deflecting.
I didn't post those TikTok videos because I think my life is a joke or that I don't take my life serious. I posted those videos because I don't take social media serious.
No, I do. Except it's how you make your money. Of course you take it seriously. It's the only way you make money there. Weird face.
All. And to the people that hate me, those videos were for you. I didn't buy a Lamborghini, but I knew that it would make people upset.
Good, yeah. Again, is this someone who's telling you that she's an adult with good intentions? No, she's like, you know what? I abandoned my kid, right? What I did was wrong. I got arrested for it. Yeah. And so you know what I did when I came out of prison? The first thing I did was I borrowed somebody's Lamborghini and I made a hate video about my haters. Instead of just saying, you guys know what? I've had this epiphany about being the shittiest mom in the world and I'm going to go get therapy and help my kid. Nope. The first thing she did was come out and make a hater video. That's what she did. And the police and CPS sitting out there just, we can't do anything about it. This is where our society is, everybody. And a lot of people will say that it's okay, that she's cool. You know what? Do what you got to do. Your truth, your lived experience, blah, 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 blah. Sex work is real work. Off. As soon as a kid is involved, then you have no moral standing anymore when you've done what you've done. You are a disgusting piece of shit, and you should not be wearing that Goku shirt. That's what Chelsea said in our podcast. She's so upset that she's wearing this Goku shirt because that is a good dad, apparently.
Because everything I've done in my life has always been wrong, and I've always been shitted on for anything I've done. And I wasn't going to...
So make good choices, dumbass! She sounds like she's trying to, like, justify the shitty mistakes she made by, like, everything I did wrong anyway, so I'm going to keep doing it wrong. She sounds like a teenager. Where are your parents?
To change anybody's opinion with what I had to say, because no one was going to care to sit there and listen to what I had to say, and they're going to still have the same opinion. So there's no point in trying.
So there's no point in trying to be better, because no one's going to care anyway if I am better. Look, if you came out with a statement, an honest-to-God statement, and said, guys, I'm getting off the internet, I've done something terrible, and I have seen the error of my ways. And so what I'm going to do is go get therapy. Yeah, you're going to have people still hate you. That's for sure. For sure you will. But you're not going to have this much. You're going to just, why would you compound the hate by making videos like this? But if you actually came out with remorse and said, guys, this is a time in my life, I've hit rock bottom. I'm going to fix myself because my kid needs me. If you would have said something like that, you'd have way more respect from a lot of people. But you didn't. You just came out and said, well, I'm bad. You guys think I'm bad, so I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to live my life. This girl's going to die really young.
To the people who still support me,
Why? Right? You're going to say, why? Why the hell would you support this person? Anybody who subscribes to an OnlyFans of a child abuser, you're disgusting. Right? People, James Stauffer has Stauffer Garage with 1.25 million subscribers. Shame on you for supporting a child abuser.
I am extremely sorry. I am just one of you guys, though. I didn't get on social media to be anybody's idol.
Stop. The 90s called. They want their entire wardrobe back. And hair and makeup.
Social media to be myself and show everybody that I am just one of you guys and that I am.
No, you're not one of us. None of us claim you, okay? None of us abandon our children to go sleep with men. Or other women, whatever. Saying. None of us do that. Regular people, one of the people, that is outside the norm, which is why this case gets so much attention. Because that's not normal. You are not just a regular person. A regular person does not abandon their children to go dress like a thought and head out and hang out with and have sex with dudes while your kid is literally crying, looking for you in the street. Okay? That's not a regular person thing. Can we be there? Can we meet in the middle and we meet in the middle there? Thanks. Let's agree to disagree. I hate this person. There's so few people I hate as much as I hate like this type of person, okay?
I'm a normal person, and just because someone has a platform does not mean anything that they are more of a better person than anybody else.
Stay in school, everybody. Stay in school.
With my time being away from social media, I have been
like a week.
Spending a lot of time working on trying to become a better version of myself.
But not a mom. She's just saying it's all about her. This has nothing to do with the kid. She is completely ignoring the fact about the kid. She hasn't said anything about the child neglect. Nothing. I'm working on being a better version of myself for me and myself. How about you just say, I effed up. I abandoned my child. That's wrong of me to do that. And I'm sorry. And I'll do better. Oh, that was great. Thank you. So the whole statement was like, haters stay mad. Last second, I'm trying better. Bye. Ooh, right? Here's some of the tweets that are going on with the Digital Princess. A quote by Digital Princess. F them kids. You know what's funny about this stuff is that this stuff is so traumatizing, but the memes that come from it are very therapeutic. I know the internet is a nosy place, but if any of you subscribe to Digital Princess OnlyFans to watch that video, you're a sick F. Stop funding this. See you next Tuesday. She quite literally neglects her child. She's using neglecting her child to make more money. Don't let her rent another Lambo. Amen, Varuk Salt. The fact Digital Princess is releasing information involving her child on the same platform she posts pornography is unsettling. Someone needs to knock some sense in this girl. Thank you. Not Digital Princess trying to profit off her neglecting her child by saying she will be releasing a statement on OnlyFans, so you have to subscribe to see what her statement is about her being arrested for child neglect. Internet influencers gonna influence. Digital Princess is making a TikTok to a 6ix9ine song where she mocks her child neglect arrest and then asks what she should wrap her new sports car in. Is definitely top tier delusional influencer behavior. I mean, amen to that. I feel like Digital Princess smells like a mixture of hot dog water and cat piss. Oh, that was a good one. I think the thing that bugs me about the whole Digital Princess situation is the fact that the entire SW community on TikTok refuses to acknowledge it because it's not their business. Like, y'all made every damn thing in your life business except for this. Okay, I thank you. And the thing about people who are living that world, OnlyFans and all that stuff, they're gonna go to bat for one another because they don't ever want to be told that what they're doing is morally wrong. I mean, at least we can agree on this. Like, if you think sex work is okay, that's fine. It's legal and safe, and your body, your choice. Want to do what you want? I can be there with you. I just think that it's maybe try something else. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like you don't go to your full potential when you are a sex worker. I feel like there's so much more you can give to the world than just showing off your body. And then when your body deteriorates, like ours all do, like look at this shit. 40, almost 42. Okay, I mean, eventually you're gonna fall apart. What are you gonna have at that point? Nobody wants to see your old boobs hanging on the floor. I'm just saying. What are you gonna do? I feel like OnlyFans is the easy way out, and I've heard a lot of tweets, and I've been doing a lot of research on Reddit and stuff like that, that there are teenagers, and I've asked my kid this, okay? And I have 2 teenagers, one who's 19, one who's 15, and they admit freely that there are women in their class who say, I can't wait to start OnlyFans to make money. Do you really want that for your kids? Stop. I mean, what I'm saying is that stop glorifying it. If that's how you make money and that's how you feed your kids because you have no other option, I won't hate on you, right? I get what you got to do as long as you're safe and... safe, but I mean, can you really be safe? Look at the other OnlyFans girl who had a ton of subscribers and she got killed. I mean, it's not safe. It's not a safe environment, even if it is legalized. It's not safe because the men who partake in these types of things are disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about PRN. I'm talking about sex work in general, like where you have to pay a person to have sex with them. Those types of dudes are not right in the head as far as I'm concerned. And maybe that's my old school thinking coming out, my Christian, upbringing coming out in me and stuff like that. But I think morally... I feel like it's not safe no matter what, right? Even if it is legalized and documented and all that stuff, it's still not safe because the types of people who partake of those types of things are gross, right? And they're nasty. If you can't get a woman to be with you, then, I mean, there's red flags. Why? Right? Why do you have to pay for it? I know I'm going to get people are going to be angry for me saying that, but I don't really care, right? I think I'm saying what a lot of you are thinking. But the issue here is that OnlyFans people are going to stand up for her because they're like, well, none of my business. No, it's not me. It's not me. But then because they don't want to ever cast any negative light on this type of world. And I'll say this again, like I've always been saying it. If you live in the world of public sex work, right, that you can be accessed, like this leaked video right here. If you don't think that shit gets leaked, it gets leaked all the time. Remember that kid we talked about who said they were considering unaliving themselves because their mother's PRN stuff got leaked to the school and everybody had it, even the teachers, and they wanted to unalive their life. They wanted to unalive themselves because the mom said, well, you should be proud of that. I make a lot of money. You get things, and she didn't care. She really didn't care. It was all about her. It's a selfish, I mean, at the core of it, it's a selfish line of work, right? It's about you. It's not about your kids at all. It's really gross. That's what I'm saying. And so there are so many examples. And if you go on Reddit, there's a ton of examples of kids who grew up with parents who were in sex industry work. That's public, not private. I know there's a difference. That say that they hate it. It's the relentless bullying that could happen, the judgment that could happen because of it, because you decided to be selfish. That's all it is. I'm sorry. It's not really that selfish. You're going to do it privately for yourself and you don't have kids that you have to consider. I'll always say it. It is selfish to have kids if you are in the PRN industry. Selfish. Said it again. Digital Princess, you're nasty. Get your ass off the internet. Go wash your face. Go wash your ass. Go get a real job and take care of your child. And I cannot believe she got her child back. What's it going to take, CPS? Is the next thing, is she's going to do this? She's going to do it again. You guys don't think she's going to do this again? She's going to do it again. And what's going to take? Kid dying? Because often with CPS, it takes the kid dying. And even then, they don't make any changes. So let's be real. Fund CPS. Give them more teeth. Bring police along. Let police have more teeth when it comes to this type of stuff. Get these disgusting people off the internet. They don't belong here. Stop influencing people. You're nasty. Ugh, right? It's an icky one. I'm sorry. Take a deep breath. You're going to need it. Whew, it's a good breath. Thank you for joining me today on the Dad Challenge podcast. Remember, everybody, you're better than her. Big time. If you love your kid and you protect your kid and you protect their privacy and you hold them close and you make them lunch and you protect them and you give them everything they need, awesome. But these people who don't are nasty, and you're way better than them. And don't ever forget it. That's what makes you valuable. You guys come here because you hate the exploitation of children. That's basically why we're gathered here, which makes you incredibly valuable and important. Spread the word, everybody. Being a douchebag parent is not cool. It's not. And you're amazing, valuable, incredible, and I'll see you tomorrow.